Hey, welcome back to The Average Kitchen. Mark here with a C. Really excited about today's video. Brand new product we've never even heard of. I don't even know if we're pronouncing it properly. I think it's Innsky. I happened to come across this on Amazon, Canada. 4.6 out of 5 on average, 25,000 reviews. $149, so I thought, let's just get it and review it and see what it's all about. Just took it out of the box, never used it before. Obviously, we're not sponsored by them. We're gonna just do a full independent review on this product. First thing I noticed, very quiet. Like Jamie's gonna pull out the famous decibel reader, very quiet. So we have it in a preheat setting right now, and I've got some grocery store frozen jalapeno poppers. I'm gonna do them at 350 for about 7 minutes and then see how we're at, or see where we're at. When I looked at chicken nuggets, which we're gonna do, it said the cook time was 6 to 10 minutes, which is mind-blowing, if that's accurate. So I just want to be on the cautious side because we've never used this before. So I'm going to pull this out. You can see the basket here. Quite a good size, I would say. I mean, we could probably get some measurements on that later just so you have an idea of the size of it. And we'll run through some stats on it as well, the wattage and so on and so forth. They definitely, when I looked in the manual, they definitely suggested preheating, and they said that the food will not cook properly if it's not preheated. So we did that. You'll see when I put the tray back in that the controls on the front, all digital, really easy to use. All right, so we're gonna put that back in. So the one thing I noticed is that the screen goes blank whenever you pull out the tray, but we're going to stop that, turn it back on. And very, very simple. Temperature on the side here, we'll go down to 350, and let's start with 6 minutes. Obviously, we're preheated. You'll see they do have some pre-settings here, fries, veg, and bread. They have a keep warm setting. So there's some interesting settings here. But let's get that started. I'm gonna stop talking here for a second. Jamie's gonna throw on the decibel reader. I suspect it's gonna be quite low. So funny, it's right around, it's on the low side, 58, 59 decibels, which is actually pretty consistent with some of the recent tests we've done on some Ninja products. It just seems, hey Jamie, do you agree? It just seems so much way quieter. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know. It just seems really quiet. So if you're worried about noise, I would say based on just the way it sounds, this is the quietest air fryer we've ever reviewed. Would you agree, Jamie?
I would.
All right, so let's let this cook and we'll come back and see how they look. Okay, so I did add some time, 5 or 6 minutes, and I did, in the last 4 minutes, bump it up to 400 degrees because the bacon wasn't getting as crispy as I like. I'd say it's probably safe to say now that, yeah, these are looking basically perfect. So let's get these out onto a plate. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, which hopefully you are, everybody knows Jamie's not a spice guy. Can today be the day, Jamie, that you try a jalapeno popper?
No.
So in a perfect world, you'd probably clean this or whatever, but you're in the lazy average kitchen and a little bit of jalapeno juice is not gonna stop us here. So we've got some frozen wings Jamie picked up. They're like a pre-battered wing. What were they, Jamie? Like a Nashville Southern fried style? Yeah, so we're gonna get these in. Now there's nothing in the book, surprisingly, maybe a little disappointingly, I guess, about a frozen wing. They did have drummies, which they suggested, what was it, Jamie, what did I say?
350 for 25 to 30 minutes.
Is that what it was? Okay, so let's go with that. Working off the pinky here. 350, let's hit start. 25 minutes. Okay, how about a small one?
Nope.
Ooh, still hot. Oh. So for my liking, bacon could have been a little bit crispier, but that's fine. But they're cooked perfect. Other than if you like really crispy bacon like I do, like, should almost try another one just in case, right? Like, So, great. All right, so our 25 minutes just ended. So just for fun, I just flipped it over to keep warm so you could see 170 Fahrenheit for 5 minutes is the default. So let's have a look at these wings. We did, I think Jamie did a little B-roll. It was right around the 11-minute mark, I think it was. We did do a little shake. They look pretty good. So let's have a look. So for me, and for my buddy Jamie, the average kitchen guys are crispy guys. And these wings definitely have the potential of becoming nice and crispy with the coating they have on the outside. And you can see, I'll pull one out here. We're just not there. They're probably cooked, like safe enough to eat cooked, but not cooked to the point where like you want to dive into some nice crispy wings. So I'm going to throw that back in, 380, say for 8 minutes. Bump the temp up a little bit. Hopefully that'll help crisp those up. And so that'll give us 25, 28, 32 minutes. 33, the average kitchen math guy. 33 minutes, but I will check them here in about 4 or 5 minutes to see how they look. All right, so we just ended here. Those are your crispy wings here. We often get, I'll call them chirps, in sort of a humorous, funny kind of way, these chirps from people like, I can't believe it took 35 minutes to cook wings, and I can't believe it took 30 minutes to cook French fries, or whatever. Listen, we're not engineers, we're not the manufacturer. It takes as long as it takes to cook them the way you like them. And if you like your wings with a slimy exterior, and you like non-crispy French fries, then you're gonna cook them for a shorter amount of time. If you're like us and you like them crispy, they take as long as they take. So let's just do a little check here and see what we got for grease so I don't pour that down the drain. All right, so a good amount. So as Jamie always says, it's good to show that because that's what you're not eating, essentially. So I will show you here, there's a little slide tab with a spring-loaded switch that unlocks your basket. So let's give this a few minutes to cool down. We're gonna give it a wash and we'll do some nuggies. All right, so we're back in preheat mode after giving that a quick wash. Let's try a wing. They're still gonna be hot. They're perfect. Really, really good. Actually, we've never bought these ones, Jamie. These ones are good. Still really hot, but fantastic. All right, so we're preheated. I just flipped this over to 390. Pull that basket out. We're gonna put in a whole bag of chicken nuggets. These are a little bit on the smaller side, it looks like, but there's still quite a few of them. And I believe the book said 6 to 10 minutes at 390. Jamie and I are both naysayers. We're like, impossible, and they're not gonna be done. But we'll set it for 10 minutes and we'll check them and we'll see where we're at. So let's go 10 minutes and see how they look. Okay, so 10-minute cook, under a minute left. My only negative so far about this product, doesn't have a seconds counter, or at least not that I noticed. It just goes from a minute to done. But you can see for the naysayers, like they're maybe edible, and I'm sure maybe you'd like them that way, but they're not average kitchen worthy. So we're gonna add, what do you wanna add, Jamie? 7? 10?
Yep.
10 more minutes. All right, so we're 18, 19 minutes into the cook. My oldest son said they're done. He's not as much of an average kitchen crispy guy as Jamie and I. So he says they're perfect. So we're gonna roll with him. I mean, I think they look great. I don't know, could they have gone the last 2 minutes, Jamie? Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Now we're right into a bag of McCain Super Fries, extra crispy. Again, the average kitchen crispy fry guys, or crispy food guys. And the book had said 12 to 18 minutes. So let's go with 16 and see what they look like from there. All right, I got my eye on a crispy nuggie right up top here. Molten lava, little plummy sauce here. Let's try it. Oh, hot, perfectly cooked. Perfect. Now I grabbed the crispiest one. You can still see hot, not a double dip here on the back side. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so just finished the cook on the fries, 20 minutes. And I think they're cooked perfectly. Have a look. You can hear the crispiness. So we let it run down because I wanted to see, and I did confirm my thought, no seconds counter, which, I mean, is that a deal breaker? I wouldn't say it is, but it's still an interesting enough thing to take note of. So let's add a little bit of salt to these. So again, a frozen fry, I don't know, I don't think those are considered like a thin fry. They're no shoestring fry, but they're on the thinner side. 20 minutes, I mean, I think that's reasonable. You could see that they're pretty crispy, and they appear to be, and Jamie, let me know your thoughts, they appear to be very evenly cooked. And I think a lot of that has to do with the size of this basket, and I have the old trusty Canadian Tire tape measure here, so let's give that a quick measure while we're waiting for those to cool down. So about 9.5 inches across. Well, it's square, 9.5 by 9.5. Just shy of 4 inches deep. So I would say that's a fair size. I'll run through a few stats here as I pull this out. 1700 watts, 5.8 quarts. And the actual size of the machine itself, 13 inches high, 11 inches wide, and 11 inches deep. So as far as space goes, it's certainly not a huge product, but like Jamie and I always discuss, if you have a much smaller air fryer, you're gonna have a much smaller cooking capacity, which we did on the Kosari. I don't remember what the model number on it was, but it was a white and orange Kosari, which actually was a really nice little unit. It was a small footprint, but also had a small cooking space. So this overall, like I said, I think is a good size for the amount of cooking space you have. Well, the only couple negatives I have is the seconds counter, but that's trivial. The only major negative I have was water gets down inside of all these slots that you see here. As you can appreciate, virtually impossible to dry. So that's a bit of a downfall for me. I don't know how avoidable that is, but overall for the price point and for how it functioned, I was really impressed. So Jamie and I started this scoring matrix recently. We're calling the TAC, or the Average Kitchen Scoring Matrix, and we scored on about 5 different categories: price point, quality, versatility, stuff like that. We're gonna give this a 7.7, which is really, really good. And we were really impressed with this. Other than trivial things like the second counter, I didn't see any major flaws. Did you, Jamie?
No.
So let's give it, it is a workhorse, and that's another good point. This is an air fryer. A lot of the Ninja products that we review are like a 7-in-1 or an 8-in-1 or a 10-in-1 or whatever. A lot of those are things you're never gonna use. And we always sort of joke about that with the dehydrating setting. You're not buying an air fryer to throw banana chips in to dehydrate them for 14 hours, let's be honest. So I think they just throw those in there so it beefs up what it can do. This is a workhorse, it's an air fryer. They say in the book you could cook a steak in it. I don't know, maybe you would at home. Comment, let us know, would you cook a steak in this? We wouldn't. Anyway, let's give a fry a try. It's still raging hot. Cooked perfect. I did want to bring this up. Comes with this really nice, what they call a 32 dish recipe book. I was quite impressed. Pictures for everything on every page. We didn't reference this today, but if you have this at home, there looks like there's some fantastic recipes and cooking instructions, so that's kind of a nice bonus. Jamie wanted to know if it's dishwasher safe. As you know, if you're a fan of the Average Kitchen, Jamie's a dishwasher guy. Let's see, Jamie. Ooh. Cleaning the fryer tray and basket with clean it with a moderate detergent, rinse under tap water. Never use a metal cleaning brush to avoid damage of the nonstick coating, or put them in a dishwasher for cleaning. So I'm okay with that. Jamie?
Not okay.
Jamie's not okay with that. Jamie's a dishwasher guy, covered in grease, in the dishwasher. Let the septic system figure it out. I'm okay with it. Would it be a deal breaker?
No.
Okay, I'm glad we clarified that. That's our video. We really hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.